Hi, so I got brought in a bale truck with a broken frame that has been very poorly attempted to fix in the past. But so we're all on the same page about this, so we can just get all the idiots out of here. This is not a truck. This is a farm piece of equipment. This does not drive down the highway. This stays on the farm. It's a tractor in all sense. I mean, we're going to be welding on the frame. We're going to be cutting on the frame. Get over it. It doesn't have to ever go down the road. It's never going to get alignment, none of those things. So, out. Quit already. But this is... So the deck keeps ripping away from the frame and it's broken the frame. So we got to get rid of all this garbage. We're going to get rid of the deck mounts, clean all of it up. And the plan is we're going to come in and fish plate it with this. Tie the deck in, tie the frame in. That leaf mount there, we'll have to trim this out somewhat so that I might tie this plate right to that leaf mount too. Tie it all in as one piece. Hopefully don't make it too rigid, but as of right now it's not rigid enough, so we're going to take that chance. And on the other side, not as bad, but there is a crack behind that, and yeah, I don't know. We're going to do both sides to get it tied all together. So I guess step one is cleaning all that off, which is gonna suck. I got a bunch of fire blanket too for around that gas tank and that, and luckily it's a steel gas tank, not a plastic one, so we'll get on that. Well, I don't think words can express how much fun that was. They literally welded it with that big of a gap in there, but you can see this hole to this hole, like that's supposed to be butted up. So I'm gonna get a chain boomer and see how well we can line that up. And we got a good crack going on here, we'll fill, and then we'll start working on the plate. We're gonna make this section to start with, a little crack going there, and then we'll start massaging things to fit a little better. Coming together. Is it amazing? No. Is it gonna get a fish plate slapped on top of it? Yes. Fish plate's gonna go up kind of like this, playing with some, some holes to do bung welds, tie it all together. But if you're scared about it not being rigid enough, I think you're thinking the wrong way. I'm a little scared of it being too rigid and just splitting the frame in a different spot. But that's why you try and round things off so that you never want it to weld up and down the same way it cracked, basically. So that's why you see fish plates always angle off to kind of a point and then round it out. You can only do so much in this area, but try a little bit. One of those things right now, just enough to be dangerous. I think this will work out. I don't know. It's better than it was. That is the worst box welding rod I've ever bought in my life. So I quit. I'm going to go to town probably tomorrow morning and get more welding rod, but you get the idea. Plug welds, welding around corners, blah, blah, blah. Is it going to be perfect? I don't know. I can tell you it's a hell of a lot better than when we started. Okay, started picking away tonight on the other side of the frame, the better side. Just torched out that fish plate. Not as nice as the other one. Not real good with the torch. Good with cutting bearings off, but like straight lines and stuff like that, no. Either way, it's cut out. So the welder who did this side, he was a much better welder, but still lacked fish plate knowledge, apparently. Because, yeah, both these plates that are welded straight up and down have cracks coming out the bottom because you can't really weld up and down on the stress point. You're not supposed to for that reason. That welder was not as good. A little bit of everything going on here. I get to work around the stupid toolbox on this side, but luckily it's not as bad as the other side. Since this side's not such a mess, I think for those up and downs, zip disc is probably gonna just be quicker. Ended up having to torch that out, and as I was, the whole time you could hear the truck kind of creeping. I thought this side was way better, so I never had a jack under here. No. It's broke all the way too, but it looks like it's been repaired, kind of. And then it's just starting to break apart again, so Oh well. Well, I got all the plates off this passenger side frame now, and this is supposed to be the good side. So you can see where someone has repaired it, where the other side was broken. But we're not doing so good back here. Got a lot of cleaning up to do here, but yeah, good thing these plates I got are so big. They'll be able to cover both. And I hope that wire isn't important because I lit it on fire back here. There we go. Got things a little more cleaned up. I can start welding that down and aligning the frame a little better as we get to the bottom. There we go. All welded in there. Probably going to do some welds on the inside in between while the tank's still out. And I got to throw that tank in there, and yeah. I might have a muffler laying around for this. We'll see. But then it can go feeding cows again, and I already told them, quit putting money into this wreck. Like, do this, stop. Next problem, just find a new truck. It's done its duty, the poor thing. Just let it die. Well, got this thing out of the shop. You can definitely see why the frame would break in the middle. Like, there's just the weight is so far out there. It's gonna have to flex somewhere. Hopefully we're all held together now. Nice thing. Oh, I forgot to knock my grounds piece off. But I gotta loop these lines. These cylinders, the one needed machining. It was just gonna be too much money for what he wants put in, so we just welded them. It'll be fine. And did a bunch of other little welding, little BS stuff. Be able to feed cows with it at least. So since those are unhooked and they have leaks everywhere, I need to go get a little hose made, and I'll just loop it so that if you do grab that lever, you don't pressure anything up. And I don't know what he's running, if he's running hydraulic oil, but what I found is ATF works best at -30. The thinness doesn't really matter because you never run these in the summer. But yeah, cut a lot of bullshit out of here that never needed to be in there. Before I forget. There we go. There we go. Now we'll pass that safety.